right, everybody, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. I will be your host today, littlerugaard, and with me is that Steve Harrington? Who are you? Where have you been all my life? I'm kidding. It's OceanOfFlavor. Ocean, how you doing today?
Pretty well. I hope you are as well, Rue.
Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there. I'm excited. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a hot minute since I've seen a matchup like this. This is like, I think the last time I saw a matchup like this, it had to be like at least 8 months ago. It was a long, long time ago. If you guys didn't know, it's sample text versus object of depression, and that is not something I thought I would say again for a long, long time. So I'm pretty excited about this. Are you excited, Ocean?
So very excited. I've watched these guys play for many, many months. And I've also just been looking forward to this since the beginning of season 1 of COTF. I've really been looking forward to this, and I'm just really glad I get to host it with you, buddy.
Bet. I was about to say, for a second, you didn't sound excited, but then you expanded. I'm like, oh, okay, bet.
Yeah.
You sound kind of like me.
Maybe I don't show the best emotion.
There we go. Yeah, I hear you. And, oh, looking for game to capture. There we go. Yeah, we do actually have a lobby forming right now. It looks like Dragon's Wrath is going to be killing right off the bat, so that will be cool and interesting. I wonder what they're going to bring here. I think Sample Text has access to just about anything they want, right?
I'm not quite sure on that, to be honest with you. Probably should have done a little bit more research on their killers.
But also, we are good to go when you are.
We are good to go. All right, I will move out of the Trickster and move to the Spectator then. And for our survivors, we got Phantasm, Embler, Pustalork, and Mr. Dave. I think, honestly, out of all those survivors, I think Mr. Dave might be the only one that I don't just recognize right off the bat. So that might be just a newer member, or maybe there's just a name change. I don't know. The rest of them I recognize. Like, I've seen them before. I've seen them play. So, kind of I feel a little bit nostalgic. I know it's like only, months ago that we've seen them, but I'm kind of into this. I want to see what happens.
Long ago.
What?
I said just feels so long ago.
Yeah, it does, for real, though. Oh, man. And they've got, like, I would imagine these two have a little bit of, like, they've played around, they know each other, but there's probably a chip on their shoulder, right? Like, these guys are, like, out for blood here. So I imagine this first, like, I don't imagine Dragon's Wrath is just going to take, like, oh, I'll just take twins and go with it. No, I think he's going to go, like, straight for the spirit play. I'm
S tier right off the back? Question mark.
Yeah, just like right off the back, nothing held back, just going for it. All right, I hit spectate, not continue this time, but we got it. We're into the game, y'all. Let's go check this out. A Plague trying out the new killer. The new rework. I am for it. I am all for it. I love Plague.
Looking forward to seeing Plague's changes and reworks, and seeing how effective it would be in the comp scene.
True, and
finding a survivor right off the rip, though.
Oh, and immediately getting him infected and running off. I can appreciate that. Oh, I'm gonna put the cursor in the corner. Okay. So, looks like they got a corrupt zone set up, and they got one survivor infected. Looks like there's another survivor over here, and there is an ace in the background. And it looks like they're going to go for the spread attempts, just to make sure that all the survivors, or as many as possible, get infected here. Do you think they're going to be mass cleansing, or do you think they're not?
I would call cleansing, but only when it's smart. These are very smart survivors, so they'll know when the right time to cleanse is. They'll know where the killer is at all times. They'll have on-point comms, and they'll say, oh, he's over here, so they cleanse on the opposite side of the map. That's what I'm predicting.
That's a fair point, and we do see a gen going down really early here. And Steve is infected now, and see it dead hard to get him into the window, and I think they are not going to continue with that chase, and instead try to get infected. So, 2 survivors infected here. Ooh, a little bit of mind game around the... Oh, but getting the hit through the window, and that's going to be a down on Embler. However, we do see that Ace is now infected as well. So, do they go back to a gen? What's going on here?
I'm assuming.
Good stuff. Where? I'm trying to see if there's any scratch marks. I just don't see any. So I'm curious. They're using the Viola medic, and I'm surprised we're not seeing any of the other plagues add-on changes or whatnot in here. I would expect some experimentation, but I guess they're just going the tried and true route. I mean, to be fair, like I use Viola medic all the time, so.
I would say that they spent many, like maybe even hours upon hours just experimenting with Plague to see what add-ons work the best for Dragon's Zone right here.
That's fair. That's fair.
And maybe these are the two that work best for him.
Maybe. And it's also worth noting that I don't see an apple either. So if these survivors call out how many pools there are and figure out that there's no apple, I can imagine they won't cleanse at all. You know?
It doesn't look like they are cleansing by the looks of it, as I would have predicted, or as I did predict, I should say. As we see 3 broken survivors over there in the left.
Right, Phantasm has not been infected yet. And in all fairness, Plague is getting a pretty decent amount of pressure here. Granted, there's only one hook, but there's quite a few pallets that have already been thrown.
Yes.
Like we've
They
lost
are
a
not
lot of
grading pallets at all against this Plague.
No, I mean you can't take chances, right? Like you're all injured. You don't want to get Pokos through a pallet. Not that Pokosing really happens anymore, but
No, you need that dedication.
for real though. And another gen in the distance falling. Looks like they might be going after Steve here. No, they cutting off for Nia. They are. Interesting. I thought it might have gone. Oh, but they're gonna just corruption. Okay. Okay. Good dodge there from Nia.
Trying to use the small opening in the loop to their advantage.
Oh, really close shot there. Making sure not to lose their power with that pallet stuff. And I think, can you get this shot? I mean, Nia's been really good at dodging so far. Can you afford to, or can you? Ooh, good little whip around there. Some really good looping from this Nia here, but she is gonna go down.
Ooh, and got the last second hit.
Indeed. Oh, and got Steve as well. Good mind game there. Okay. Plague's got some pressure now. You got a hook and a slug
the tides
here.
have shifted.
Yeah, just a little bit. I'm just amazed. Phantasm is not hurt yet. They have not been. I would predict the
slug out at the hook. Guarantee that you get this kill.
Oh yeah.
Maybe? No?
There's a survivor upstairs.
Okay.
Oh, seeing scratch marks. Okay. Oh, and she found Phantasm. Ooh, good balance landing use.
Balance.
Well done. A little bit extra distance and.
Still gonna get that injure though, or the vomit on him.
And it makes Ace have to go for the players, so Ace has to leave whatever they are doing. Waiting last possible second to try and see if they break. Yeah, Viola Medic just
Forced an M1 though, so
yeah, it
that's
doesn't
good.
seem like Plague just doesn't infect quite as fast as they previously did, which I think was the intention. They didn't want to make that happen. Oh, but she is broken now. Everyone is broken, but Plague doesn't have her power anymore. Ooh, good fake out there from the Neo. Oh, I think they're just gonna go straight for it, see if there's a DS here. And there's no DS from Pustalor. That'll be third hook. Second hook from Pustalor. Well played. And survivors nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, you took the risk and it paid off.
Yeah, I imagine, like, do you think they can push this without cleansing here?
It's gonna be tough because you go in and it's just a single swing that gets you down, whereas you can't really trade anymore. If they catch you at a good time.
Right. And you've exhausted a lot of resources that are here for the window, right? But now Steve has to go and find another.
You caught on that wall a bit.
That was a cute little mind game there. Didn't end up working out, but I appreciate it. No, Steve being smart, waiting there. Well played. This is a really decent chase Steve is putting on here. Oh.
Very. Oh, no window fake.
Oh, but he's not going to make it to this pallet. Denmark's already exhausted.
Nope.
I'm surprised this pallet's still up. I forgot that when Ace was down, they didn't go for it. And another gen finishing in the distance. So 4th hook coming. And 2 gens left. I'm trying to see, like, so he's got 2 survivors on Death Hook. A gen upstairs has started, and all the gens are kind of back in this area, so Plague's got
He has
quite
a
bit to
lot
work
of
with.
room for pressure.
Gen hasn't even been touched over here. You've got 1 upstairs. Yeah, you've got 4 gens on this side of the map. And I think it's safe to say that Ruin is still up. We see gens constantly regressing. And they are working on 1 upstairs. Oh, but this is Nia. Nia's caught out of her element here. She is not the one with Dead Hard.
Nope.
She's gonna have to run.
And that's
for
our
her
boy
life.
Steve.
Oh, I think we're about to get Nia here. Yeah, but she does go down. This will be Death Hook for Nia. I don't know how the survivors are gonna pull this out without cleansing. I can imagine they get the so they can obviously get the 1 gen in Thompson House done. That's not an issue. That's a very safe gen to do because you can't get up there.
Yeah.
But oh, he's gonna go and push them off.
Let's see.
Are they gonna be able to finish this in time? No, they're not.
You know,
He's gonna have to abandon.
I'm actually very surprised that and I can't read the name from my point of view right now, but the dead survivor. I'm surprised that they did not cleanse on Death Hook. I will say that.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Usually you see survivors doing that just to give them a little bit of extra. Oh, and I think they are. No, they're not cleansing. I thought for a second they would be cleansing here. And he does find Steve. Is there a pallet up still? There's not a pallet here. They've used up all the resources in this area. There's 1 more pallet, but he doesn't make it. And it's Embler going down here. And Embler is on Death Hook. It's going to be a 2v1. Oh, no.
The odds are looking even more better for this Plague.
Yeah. Going back up to check this gen, see if they were on it still. Oh, and he finds Phantasm. Ooh, a little bit of
Missing
a little
though.
confusion. But a gen does finish. Wow, I didn't even realize that gen was being worked on. I don't think our killer did either. I think they're a little bit shocked by that one.
They're slugging for this 4K.
Yeah, smart play here. I don't
Very
know
smart.
if the survivors have used an unbreakable yet. Oh, and I don't think Dragon saw that. Did they? Yeah, they did. We saw, yep, Ace just barely in the distance over there. So if Phantasm has an unbreakable play, they can finish that gen potentially while they chase Ace, but I don't know if they have it.
Getting all 5 gens done would be huge for these survivors.
It really would be. This, to be fair, unlike a lot of games, God Palette is in fact still up. So he is.
Yep, that is one that they have not greeted. I know we talked earlier about how they are like not greeting pallets and whatnot.
Indeed.
That is one that they did greet.
That's very true. I don't think they had any reason to use them when they were chasing over there, but oh,
That's
and
true.
They do get
And
the
they
pickup.
do.
He's like, yeah, you gotta hook me. And it's worth noting, the hatch plays now that the hatch has now been I would say nerfed effectively. Hatch plays in comp are gonna be a lot more difficult, I'd say. Does this guy have a hook? He doesn't. He doesn't have a decent hook over here, and
He also sees the Ace.
yeah, Ace did cleanse here. Might be too little too late. Yeah, that jet upstairs is probably fully regressed by this point. Yeah, so
Ruin taking its toll.
yeah, these survivors that died first took 2 of the hooks that are back here, so there's really nothing for them to hook. And Ace is
That is true.
I will say, that said, I'm pretty sure this might be a shut case of a 4K. Because there is basement over here. So even if you can't, you know, find a hook to use, there is basement you can still put a survivor in. And it looks like Ace is running to the side of the map where there's going to be a hook. So I'm pretty sure it's safe to say the Phantasm does not have a breakable, based on the fact that Ace had to pick him up. But I don't know if they're going to be able to, like, pull anything out now. I think this is pretty shut. But really well played. Like a little bit back and forth and everything. I was not expecting Plague to do so well on this.
I wasn't either, but then there was also some amazing chases by these survivors.
Really were. Really were. I gotta say, I think Steve's a bit of a juicer.
Oh, every Steve's a juicer. Mr. Leon.
We are all Steve. The
Mhm.
collective. All right. And
Every Steve is a juicer.
remind me if I'm wrong. The survivor's wiggle bar deteriorates after a period of time if they've been on the ground, right?
Not exactly sure on that. I want to say no, it always stays at the same spot, but I could be wrong.
I don't think I've ever actually gotten to that point where I test that. And I think they might be
Maybe waiting
intentional
out for a
deliverance.
possible deliverance?
Yeah, that's what it might be there, is waiting out for possible deliverance. And I mean, you're in no real hurry to hook Phantasm. Like, what's going to end up happening, most likely, is so say the wiggle bar stays where it is. If it stays where it is, she's going to get off your back, and you're going to have to do another chase. If it resets, then, you know, easy hook. But, I am getting very dizzy from this. I don't need this kind of life, Dragon. Can you just, like, can you end it?
Yeah, face cam that survivor. Yeah.
Like, your vomit already makes people sick. I don't need to be dizzy as well. Come on.
Let's see what happens here with this wiggle bar.
Yeah. I'm very curious. So did it reset? No.
Well, they do get the hook, regardless.
Yeah, so it didn't reset entirely. It looked like it did deteriorate a little bit, though. Because for how long they were wiggling previously on the back. But that's going to be a 4K. 6 full hooks, and then 2 hooks followed by 4 progressions on these survivors. Very well played for Dragon's
Very well
Wrath.
played.
That was an impressive showing from the new Plague. Again, I don't know what was going on when they buffed Plague. I thought she was better than Deathslinger this whole time. So this patch was a wild ride. And yeah, it looks like Pustalork was the one with Unbreakable that game. So no Unbreakable for Phantasm there. Unfortunate. But well played. Well played. That was rather
Very well
enjoyable.
played, just from both sides. I think it was very well played. Amazing looping, some really good communications. I saw body blocks coming in at the Killer Shack. Of course, Plague does quite well with body blocks, you know, infect them real quick if possible and slap them down.
True.
But nonetheless, very good communication coming in for those body blocks.
Very much so, yeah.
And
That
then
was
just killer domination. I mean, smart plays, some good hits with the vomit, just all around pretty good.
yeah, we only saw the Plague really get user power once, and it was to pretty good effect. They did, like, I was wondering if they were going to get the Nia down for a little bit there, but they got the Nia down and then immediately went over and slugged the Steve. So I think that might have been the turning point, because as soon as that happened, they immediately went and found Phantasm on the second floor of the Thompson house, pushed them off and chased them around. That forced an Ace to come out of wherever they were. I imagine at that point, Ace was on a gen somewhere, you know, 50%, 60%, and then they had to run all the way back just to reset the game.
And then it forces Ruin to take its toll on that generator that Ace had to leave for.
Yeah, that was a really strong showing from the first game. So already starting off really, really aggressive, you might say, on this first game. Oh, what's up?
I have the score for you.
Oh, thank you. I apologize. I was still like going through that. What was the score after that?
Sample Text has 44 and OOD has 14.
30-point league to start off. Dragon's Wrath doing their team a little bit of good there. And we'll have to see how OOD responds. I know OOD is not short on any number of killers here as far as their potential, so I imagine we're gonna see something nasty brought back. Maybe a Blight. Ocean, what do you think they bring in response here? Do you think they just like
It was a 4K and there was 2 gens remaining, correct?
1 gen remaining? I think they did get
one gen remaining.
Yeah, Ace snuck over to that corner gen where they were hooking and slugging and finished that. That was what surprised me, is they did that. And again, because you guys couldn't see it, there was Thanatophobia in play that entire time. So I was like, with 10% slowdown, that Ace was still just sitting on that gen over there, busting it out. Like, so mad respect.
Yeah, getting those extra points, very, very good on their part.
Very crucial. That and if these two end up slugging each other back and forth with killers, that 4 points might actually come in crucial potentially. So
very, very crucial. But you asked me who I think they'll bring back.
Yeah.
So Thompson House, I don't really think of that as like a good blight map, so I think that's out of
That's
the
fair.
question.
That's fair.
Um, you know, we might even see a plague like in return, actually.
It's a fair point. I definitely
I
prefer
could
plague on
see
floor
that.
maps.
Or I could see like another high mobility killer, maybe even like a Billy, maybe.
Uh, really? You think so?
Yeah,
I
maybe, just maybe.
I'd be a little bit shocked to see Billy. Like, Billy's not a killer that I normally see just go out in 4K. Now, I will say I think last week or the week before, we did see Billy come out and just shred face, but that's
Yeah,
not a common occurrence, I feel like. So, I mean, if
no, not at all.
I will never complain seeing a just busted Billy come out and just, wreck face. So I am down for it. And I might need to invite our survivor group here. I'm not seeing them join just yet, so trying to get that underway. Ah, man. Yeah, that's a fair point. Also, do we know how? I haven't seen anything on it. Has Spirit had any of their add-ons changed since they were tweaked? I guess you could say. Is their add-ons still the same for the moment? Have we made any changes on the add-ons for those rules? Because I can see maybe a Spirit being brought here too.
I'm gonna say I don't believe so. Spirit would be a really good choice.
Yeah, as far as I'm aware, Spirit's add-ons haven't changed. Let me check.
That's fair. That's fair. I was just checking. Like,
they have changed.
oh, they have.
Yep. Purple and Below, banned add-ons Yakuike Amulet and Yuchiwa.
Well, okay, Yakuike Amulet makes sense. That add-on,
Yeah.
that add-on's insane.
Yeah.
Like, that add-on is actually just nuts. So, I can respect that, but, like, Purple and Below? Oh, man. So, that's actually kind of surprising, because, let me go, okay, I'm going to do a little bit of DBD searching here, soul searching. So, Spirit, one of her new add-ons, the Dried Cherry Blossom, is being hailed as one of the most amazing add-ons that she's gotten to date. Where it essentially brings back, like, I believe Scott was quoted saying it just brings back what she used to have, like, Collision. So they could bring Spirit with this, potentially. I don't know, I would love to see some rework Spirit, just saying. Will we see it? No, I don't know.
That would be very fun to watch.
Yeah, I would be down to see some new Spirit. We already got the treat of seeing new Plague. I would be happy to see some more rework killer. Deathslinger, they slaughtered my poor boy, but barring that, I would love to see some more rework stuff. Dude, maybe even
aims
Trapper?
down the sight so slow now.
Hmm?
I hate how Slinger aims down the sight so slow now.
Oh goodness, and then just no, just everything
like,
about
I knew the changes were there, right? But I played a match the other day, and I went to Quickscope, even knowing that there was changes, and I went to Quickscope, and he goes aiming down the sights like he's an old grandpa, and I'm like, ugh.
Oh goodness, yeah, I agree. He feels so sluggish now. It hurts a little bit because, like, again, because before this, there might be some people that disagree vehemently with this. I still think that Plague was better than Deathslinger before this. And they're just like, nope, nerf Deathslinger, buff the Plague. It's like, okay, well, Plague's kind of terrifying now, thanks. But
Plague's always been a killer that you need to fear.
Agreed. I loved playing Plague just because, like, one, not many people, like, practice to play around Plague because people don't usually bring Plague. And two, I think she has one of the best ranged abilities in the game of Dead by Daylight. Like, that vomit stream is oppressively good on a lot of loops that it shouldn't be. And if you get this, like, Giga Brain skill cap, you just, like, predict vomit over these, and then, like, some survivors, they just get caught out. I don't know. Plague is so cool. I'm really glad that Dragon's Wrath brought Plague that game.
I am too. It was very fun to watch.
Mm-hmm. And now, going back to our lobby, because we are forming a lobby here, we see Pustalork on Killer, and I can only imagine what Pustalork will bring. I'm excited. They've got a pretty good range of killers under their belt, so I imagine Sample Dex is probably not really sure what they're bringing either. So I'm curious to see. I would love to see a Spirit here. I don't imagine you bring a Nurse to a Corn map like this, though it would help lock down Thompson House a little bit, being able to blink up there and stop that gen from being done. But
Nursing Corn is definitely tough with that Corn vision.
oh yeah, Corn Vision OP. And we see survivors. We got Vice, we got Chef, we got Dragon's Wrath, we got Dark. I'm assuming that's Vice Blend and Chef Mitchell. Yes?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yes.
They're going by nicknames now, so I'm getting kind of confused. Anyway, so we'll let them get back to the lobby creation, and based on what we've seen from the updates, do you think we're going to see Trapper more frequently, possibly with his add-on changes?
I believe so. Because at the end of the day, he's still just not that strong.
Mhm.
It takes time to set up all of his traps, and then even then, if there's good communication, you're gonna call out where those traps are,
That's a fair
and then
point.
you're just gonna go and disarm them. Or if they decide to bring like Trapper Sack, I mean, you can't even pick your traps up once you place them down.
That's a fair point. The only reason I would say this is Trapper Stack plus the Iridescent Stone, where it just resets. You start off with your
Mhm.
traps. You go and look at where you spawn. It's like, okay, there's my my corrupt areas over there. You pick your 3 gen, and then you just go and place traps all over. Especially, it would also be map specific, right? You wouldn't do this on every single map. It would be a certain map with narrow corridors or loops that you know that you can shut down consistently, and you just go set up this trap area, and it's like, okay, sure, disarm my traps all you want. They're going to be resetting, and a lot of these loops are shut down. You can't. It's like a hag web that is like even harder to penetrate because they don't have to go around resetting everything.
I'm gonna interrupt quickly
absolutely.
to let you know that we are good to go.
We are good to go. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Back on what you were saying, Rue, is Eerie Stone, is that allowed?
Is it? I would assume it would be, considering Trapper is probably still the worst killer in the game.
Yeah,
Trapper
I'd still
is
say.
purple and below.
Really? No Eerie Stone? That's
Ooh.
unfortunate.
Then that gives me my answer. I don't think he'll be used
I'm gonna
in
start a
comp
petition.
for more memes.
Hashtag free
More
Trapper.
memes. Oh, not hashtag free Trapper.
I want a petition to start it. Bring Trapper back. Make Trapper good again.
Speaking of that, why does he moan whenever he picks up a trap? Like, come on.
That was one of the more unexpected changes. I wasn't expect. They took away voice lines from Pinhead, but they gave voice lines to this guy. Like, why?
Have you heard what it sounds like, too?
Oh yeah, like I'm like,
yeah, literally, he goes to pick up a trap and goes, oh.
it's like, I guess he likes his traps. I don't know.
He loves those traps, really. He loves them.
Oh goodness, it did be a great concern, a great level of concern with that. But at the end of the day, I'm grateful for the Trapper buffs. I mean, how many years have we been asking for 2 trap space kit, and we finally got it? I'll take it. Like,
yeah, we'll take what we can get.
Oh yeah.
In this community, we take what we can get, just anything.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Unless it's a Billy nerf, then I don't take it.
Oh no, we took that anyway, wanting it or not. That was unfortunate. Though again, like, they did look at Billy's add-ons a little bit, and he does. I forget what it's called. The gloves, where it's like brutal strength and enduring base kit.
Pig house gloves.
I like that. That's actually really, really cool. I don't know if that makes Billy particularly just over the top amazing, but that's interesting. That is an interesting add-on to add to the game. I like that.
Because to be a good Billy, you have to be constantly using your chainsaw.
Oh yeah.
And if you're constantly using your chainsaw, it's going to overheat, and then that just takes away his power. It's so stupid, I just have to say.
And then on top of that,
I'm a Billy man, and it is hard.
Right, like in the engravings, they buffed them so that way it doesn't overheat as much from them. So that's also really nice. They did give him a couple of nice little things. Again, I still really wish they would just actually like pony up and actually just give him a little buff. But I guess we'll have to wait for that. I guess it's the same thing with Legion, right? Like they were worried if this Legion's gonna be OP with everything. I still worried about building.
Yeah, I guess they had flashbacks to
oh,
Legion when they first came out.
It's a nemesis.
I didn't expect this at all.
No, not even remotely. Okay, what do you got for us, Boost Lord? This wouldn't even be my top 5 pick. I wouldn't even pick top 10 picks. I'm excited.
No, that would have been towards the bottom for me.
For sure. Let's go. Okay, Boost Lord, what you got? Let's see what happens here. And
yeah, I'm up for it. Let's see them tentacle webs.
All right, survivors. Currently, it looks like they might be waiting out Krupp for the moment. We are 30 seconds into this match and no sight of a scratch mark or nothing. Oh, but I think you just saw the I think you saw the crow that just flipped there. A totem breaking in the distance. Not sure what that might have been, but he does find his
that survivor.
All right, opting to go ahead and hit the survivor with his tentacle instead of going. Usually, so my idea is go for the M1, but oh my goodness, this is working out. He got a hit and a tentacle.
Two fast tentacle webs.
And he's already in tier 2.
Very nice. I see a little yellow generator in the background. Is that what I think it might be?
It could potentially be. I can't say. Yeah, it is. It is. You are correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
So opting not to go for that gen, knowing that 2 people are on it.
Yeah, but this survivor is just about down. This would be a pretty early down for them if they can get this. And ooh, a great dodge from the well played. Ooh, but he does get the down anyway, and that'll be first down for Chef Mitchell. Really well played there. I hear a survivor on the Thompson House gen, and that Discordance gen is in fact done already. So 1 hook to 1 gen being done. Zombie towing behind some survivor. That was a really quick tier 1 or tier 2. Normally, I don't want to hit survivors with my tentacle until it's a last ditch effort. I'd rather just M1. But Boost Lord went out of his way to get his tier 2 going, and I don't work out for him. He's gonna coast around this map in style.
Absolutely.
And it does look like he had to kick the gen. He does not have Ruin in place, so that totem was ruined.
The zombie's just vibing out on the roof.
Oh, so close, trying to get the hit. Again, we noticed that both survivor teams are putting the balanced landing on the Thompson House, which I guess makes sense. It'd be pretty self-explanatory, but I'm just kind of surprised that both teams opted to do that. So they're on the same page.
Yep. I guess they just have that balanced landing designated person to go upstairs and work on the Thompson House gen.
And Boostalurk abandoning chase here. Opting to, I guess he didn't like that chase. Oh, we do see Discordance over there. Again, I love the fact that Discordance moves the zombies. That is possibly the best interaction I've seen.
Very strong on Nemesis. I know Otts had made a video on it about his 50 win streaks. And that's gotten a lot of people to use Discordance on Nemesis.
That's pretty cool. I'm down for that. Oh, zombie wasn't quite able to get the hit. But, and yeah, M1 here. Yeah, good taking M1 and Dark taking the hit. Another gen in the distance finishing though. This might be a little bit rough for our killer here. Oh, not quite the range from that tentacle whip. Unfortunate. Is he abandoning chase? But
yes,
Dark has the med kit. He's just got to heal up. Oh no.
So that chase was essentially a waste.
It was. Oh, but there is a survivor over here. Okay. Boostalurk is a knower. Oh, not him. Nancy. I think they really want that tier 2. Or not tier 3, the tier 3.
That tier 3?
Yeah. And we see
tier
that.
Tier 3 is very strong though, so I will give that to him.
True. And Dark is healed. He's just going to
abandoning chase again.
Another gen popping. That is 3 gens down. And he does see Dwight over here on this gen. Dwight's going to just go ahead and just preemptively leave that. Ooh, he's going to get the pallet stun on him. Oh, man. I don't know how Boostalurk's going to get some pressure back in this game. Where is that zombie chasing?
Maybe they hopped into the locker and Boostalurk didn't notice.
That would be some big brain play. Just getting the locker in front of the zombie. Man, if zombies get open lockers though, oh my goodness. Ooh, bounce landing from the hill, well played. This is really well set up for this bounce landing person. They've got the Thompson house already built in, then you have a hill right next to it. This is balanced
very well for them.
And he does get the whip on the survivor though, so getting a little bit closer. Oh, and the discordance in the distance. I don't think Discord has a regen here at all though. He's got the Thompson house, and you got a gen on the opposite side, but I don't know if that's a 3-gen. Oh, he does actually. Yeah, those 2 gens over on that side are actually together. Okay.
So it'll be very interesting to see if the survivors take note of that and decide to maybe 99 that gen, knowing that there's not ruin.
That would probably be the optimal player. No, they go ahead and finish it.
But they don't.
Oh, we do see a survivor in the distance there. So that's one thing I've noticed too, with the way that you know, we have pallet refunds in the game as killers. Ooh, zombie value getting a hit on Dragon's Wrath there, I think.
Love that zombie value.
Ooh, and nice there going through the window. Oh, somebody vaccinated. I believe that was Chef Mitchell that just vaccinated just now. Okay, back to the pallet refund. If you hit them with the tentacle, when they stun you, it'll refund the tentacle hit too. Which is actually kind of obnoxious.
I have noticed that when playing as Nemesis,
It's like, why? Why would you do that? Alright, so Chef heading back to this gen. Oh, the discordance on this gen now. He really needs some hooks here.
He does.
Ooh, slow vault. He could have actually hit the whip with that, possibly. Oh no, he finds the Kate over here. Who did he chase in the beginning? Was it Chef? Ooh, getting the Dragon. Ooh, good dodge.
I want to say that you're right, though. That it was Chef that got chased first.
I think his best case scenario is just kill a survivor. Oh, and the last gen finishes right there. Ooh, good dead hard.
Dead hard in it.
Ooh, and they do get the hit and get them down. This is... We might be looking at a potential easy 3-out. Like, you could even greet it for the 4-out potentially.
Yes, I agree. That could be very, very huge.
And we do see an exit
for these survivors.
Behind. Yeah, I think he's gonna just try and keep the 1K here. This was a rough game for Nemesis.
Very.
Like I don't
very rough.
I don't even know they like could have been done better. I think you might have just had to commit to a chase earlier. Like the chase with Dark, honestly, was just a waste of time most of the time. Like they had the med kit, they would go off in the corner and heal. I know that seeing them get balanced landing value all the time is painful, but oh, and then we see 2 vaccines.
I have to point out. It looks like to me is that a Dwight on the top, right above the hook? Is that what survivor that is?
On the hook right now?
Anyways, it looks like something. No. Like on the little character list. Ooh.
A deliverance from Dragon's
Deliverance,
Wrath.
yeah.
Oh, a pallet refund. Oh, the pain. I imagine.
The dumb tech in comp.
I think they were. Well, I think what they were trying to do is they were trying to force the grab and get a DS play off of it. I don't know. Well, everybody is pretty. Well, except for Dark. Yeah, Dwight is above Dragon's Wrath. They were the survivor that had balance.
Yeah, they got hit by a zombie. If my eyes didn't deceive me.
Oh, they did? I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That's what I was trying to comment on. I was like, is that a Dwight? Because they got hit by a zombie.
Oh, no.
And then they healed right back up with their med kit.
Well, okay, so if this survivor did have decisive, it doesn't matter now. They're under a pallet, and I don't think you have any way to properly chase these survivors out of the exit gates. You got literally exit gates on like both sides of this pallet.
Yep.
I don't. How do they even get a 1K here potentially? I don't know. Try and force a pallet drop.
They could go for the.
Here, oh, they're going to opt to open the.
They're blinding the zombie.
I'm about to say, if the zombie gets over here, that could change things, because that zombie's an extra hit potentially. Now this survivor's 1 pickup.
Oh, absolutely.
Need to be careful,
missing the tentacle.
Ooh.
In the stun.
Oh, well, he could possibly hit a survivor here. He does have the tier 3 range.
Maybe.
But Nancy's gonna take a
the
block
white
here.
Though, where did he disappear off to? Maybe to the
on the other side. Oh, and a great blind.
Nice.
Oh man, yeah. Dwight ended up on the other side of the pallet, so he pushed both of them to the other side.
and he just went for
man.
the other exit gate, I assume. Very nice.
That was rough. Oh man. It's not done yet, but a 4K all the way to a 1 hook is, or no, it was a 2 hook, right? Yeah, it was a 2 hook. That's Object of Depression has their work cut out for them.
Yes, they do, just to say the least.
Oh man, that was rough.
Ooh,
They
this
got
is a tough one for them.
Survivors, I feel like the reason they got, like, honestly, I think the Survivors just, like, I don't think, like, Pustelork did anything specifically wrong that game, and just Survivors really maximized their perk usage. That balanced landing was getting so much value. They got the deliverance play, like,
Oh, absolutely.
that was really, really well done. That was pretty brutal. I kind of felt that.
Yeah, to say the least, it was very brutal
Oh
on the
man.
Nemesis side.
Do we have a score update?
I do. Sample text has 94 and OOD has 22.
So you've got to come in, you've got to 4K this next match, and you've got to 4 out the next one.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm not saying Object of Depression cannot do it, but they've got their work cut out for them. This is going to be the comeback of the century, I gotta say.
Absolutely. And it's on ARP too, which is a very tough map for some killers who struggle to force a lot of pressure.
Indeed. So
And especially because it's known as a 3-gen map, and if you need a nice dominating 4K, you probably don't want to play a killer who's going to hold a 3-gen.
that's a good point.
You probably want to try to prevent gens.
Does Object of Depression have a nurse to burn? Like, if this was the time to burn a nurse, I would burn a nurse. Like, just sweat out the nastiest, grossest 4K.
That's what I would definitely be going for. I would just not let anything get done if possible. No mercy. Just don't give them any breathing room.
Agreed. I don't know. Oh man. So I will say, again, Object of Depression not to be counted out here. They've got good killers to choose from, and it looks like I can't say anything yet. We're still forming a lobby, but as of right now, Zappies will be killing, and Zappies has a pretty wide repertoire, just like Pustelork, of different killers they can choose from here.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm guessing a nurse, like maybe twins. They might just bring out an infamous level twin.
Twins is actually banned this weekend.
They are? I didn't see
Yep.
that. I did not catch
Banned,
that.
yes.
There's a
There's a bug
glitch where Victor cannot be removed.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
I
fair.
think you are
That's
100%. I think you are 100% right on the nurse prediction.
Okay, I did not realize twins couldn't be used this weekend. I've never come into that bug before. There's I was about to say, comp's probably in a bit of a struggle bus right now because there's a lot of bugs in the game.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Uh,
So many. There always is. So.
Bugged. Oh man, that actually hurts my soul a bit because I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't mind seeing a twins from Zappies. Like, even after they got
It'd be
nerfed.
very fun to watch if they weren't banned.
Yeah. Ah, bummer. Okay. All right. Well, I'm learning a lot. I've been a little bit out of touch this week. I've been again, kind of focusing on the Trickster tome because that's been fun. Oh my goodness, the new cosmetics look so good.
Based, Mr. Trickster main.
For real though. Anyway, okay. So yeah, knowing twins is off the menu entirely. There's got to be a nurse, right? Like I don't imagine you'd take
so.
Blight. I guess you could, but I would expect nurse. Like
Blight isn't bad on ARP.
Like
Cover all that distance
but
for
I
such
also,
a wide map.
I also just don't think I see Zappies play Blight too often. Usually I've seen them juicing with nurse.
Yep.
So
that's what makes me believe that I think it's gonna be a nurse like you had predicted.
So, and I mean it's like they take nurse. I don't know what you can exactly do to answer Zappies nurse. Like Zappies is a pretty cracked nurse overall. So.
Oh, absolutely.
Like I'm not saying.
I think it'll be very fun to watch.
I'm sure Sample Texas practiced against some of the best nurses, and they know like how to play. But let's face it, if you're a cracked nurse, it's inevitable, right? Like, I don't see many
Mhm.
crack nurses get
Not
on the
much you
plate
can do to
and go.
counter a crack nurse.
Yeah, there's not a lot on the play. It's just you just accept what happens. You get as many gens done. You try to hold it out. Again, going back to what I said earlier, that 4th gen getting done might help them out in the long run here. Those extra points could be the key, but we'll have to see what happens this match. It is right now. You got to go for the 4K. You have to get a 4K to give your survivors a chance to actually pull this back. Hold on, I think Zappies is BMing me. Wow. I'm getting called out in the chat here. I'm offended. Ocean, protect me. Zappies is saying mean things about me in the chat.
With my life, I'll protect you.
There we go. Anyway, so let's go check out. It is in fact Zappies killing. That is what is going on here. We've got Dark, Dragon's Breath, Vice, and Chef. So we got the same survivor team returning. And I guess we'll have to see how they fare against Zappies. Again, if Zappies does not take Nurse, I will be quite shocked. But I'm not Zappies. I don't know what spice they have in store. I don't imagine like what do they have Nurse to save Nurse for at this point is the question. I don't think they have anything to save Nurse for. I guess if they are in a pinch, but I would say this would be the time. I don't know. If we see something other than the Nurse, I might eat my hat. Or I don't wear hats, so I guess I'll eat my hair. No, I'm not making that promise. Never mind.
How are you gonna eat your hair? How are you
Ignore
gonna eat your
everything
hair,
I just
Rube?
said. Ignore everything.
No, we're not ignoring it. No, we're not ignoring it. We're not ignoring it at all.
Oh no. Okay, this
We gotta
chat's
talk about it.
degenerating. This chat room's degenerating. We're going back here. I don't like where this is going. Oh man.
You know it's bad when you gotta switch back to the to the cam screen.
It's so. This reminds me of the way. So I know we've all talked in post game chat, right? In the bar in the bottom. Is it weird what behavior decides what's ban worthy for typing? Is it just me?
Especially on an M-rated game, I feel like, yeah.
Yeah, for real though. Like
It's an
really
M-rated
weird.
game. It's not for kids to begin with.
Yeah, like like on top of that, the censor bar, it bans the random words. Like sometimes it doesn't ban like the words you think it should ban. It just like
What was the one when it first came out that it banned? It banned like Trickster or something weird.
I thought
it
it
like
banned
banned
Myers.
the killer name.
Yeah, I thought
Was
you
that
couldn't
what it
type
was?
Yeah, I thought you couldn't
Okay.
type in Myers. I was like, what? Okay, well, okay, maybe
Like,
it's because
bro,
it's
y'all literally have a license with them.
well, no, it's because it's the shape, not Myers. So
Ooh.
yeah, I
good
don't
to
know
go,
that
by the way.
weird hill to die on. What's up?
We're good to go.
Awesome. All right, I will switch over then, and we will get this party started.
Also, I just want to add in with the band chat. You couldn't say Yoonjin at first.
Wait, what?
You couldn't say Yoonjin, like the survivor.
Yunjin Lee that came out with the Trickster chapter.
What?
Yeah, you couldn't say her name in DVD chat.
Oh,
I'm
your
not surprised.
reaction says it all. Your reaction says all that needs to be said.
Perfect game, no bugs.
Amazing.
Okay, so I am probably not only I am on the leading charge most of the time as far as like being critical of the way this game is programmed. But I have to say I don't fully agree with some of the changes because again, like I don't agree with the Desslinger nerf like they did. But I love this patch. I know it caused a lot of bugs. I
absolutely.
hope they're not discouraged for it. This patch was the best patch in Dead by Daylight in possibly its history. This patch has
I'd probably have to agree.
everything. You've got perk buffs. You've got add-on reworks. You've got killer rework. Like, this is the kind of patch I want to see all the time. It just hurts my soul that the code base can't handle large changes like this most of the time because its blueprints, you're going to have a lot of bugs. I hope they're not discouraged from doing... I want more patches like this in the future. I hope having this many bugs and having the game in the state is not discouraging them from doing this again. I would 100%, even with all the bugs, it's annoying, but they'll iron them out. The game will be playable again, and we'll have this really interesting change to the game, and we all get to explore it again. I love that. I want more of this. And I hope they're not discouraged. I want more.
It is getting a lot of hate.
What?
I said because it is getting a lot of hate.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I really hope it's not discouraging them from
guys,
doing more things like this.
Seriously, if you liked this patch, like even if you're annoyed with the bugs, if you like this patch, go on Twitter and like when the patch announcement on Twitter, go give it a heart and reply to it. Like, I think that's the best way we can tell the devs, like,
Just
hey,
let them know that,
you
like,
did a good
hey,
job
we
with
like
patch.
this.
I really want more of, like, I want more of this. I want more Billy and Pig add-on changes. I want more killer reworks. Like, I've heard that Ghostface and Legion are in the works for a rework a little bit. I want more mid-chapter patches where, you know, reworks. I want more of this. They made Vigil a cool perk. Now it works with Exposed as well. That's awesome. I love that. What was it? Third
The
Seal
Blood Favor?
and Blood Favor? Like, yes, please.
I
Oh
know,
my
as a
goodness.
Trickster main, you're definitely loving that Blood Favor.
I
Update.
haven't got to use it as much, but the few times I've used it, I was not disappointed. It does some work. The only thing that bums me out about Blood Favor is that with the introduction of boon totems, like, Survivors already had Detectives Hunt, small
Bless
game
right
counter
over
force,
it.
all these good ways to deal with totems if they really felt like it. Now they're incentivized to make their own. Hexes don't exist.
It just
They're
blesses
gone.
right over the Hex totem,
Yeah,
which
they're
is kind of...
Hexes are gone. Hexes don't exist. That's the only thing that bums me about Blood Favor, is that it just doesn't last long. I was
Yeah.
messing around with Hexes all week and just... Nah. Hexes die. Oddly enough, Noed's the best Hex now, it feels like, because it comes out at the end, so survivors don't get a chance to look around to it too much. So, I don't know.
Yeah, like, I find myself not even running Ruin anymore.
Yeah, same.
Just because of the fact. Like, I'm just running Pop, and then, like, a bunch of, like, offensive perks.
Yeah, no, 100%. I totally agree. It's a struggle bus. It's a struggle bus, but it is what it is. It is what it is. And
It is what it is.
well, I guess we could just hope as a community that we see more patches like this. I want more.
Absolutely.
This was a great patch. I want more of it. Anyway, so we're almost done loading in. Also, it's worth noting, is this not a great loading screen? I love this loading screen. Just saying.
Oh, it is. They need more of that. You know what I would love?
I love it.
I would love a pick your own loading screen.
Pick your own.
That's what
there
I
we
need
go.
in my life.
With NFTs? I'm kidding.
No.
Oh man. So,
Oni.
I'm shocked. I mean, Oni's
Yeah.
not bad. Oni's a good killer, but
Oni's a very strong killer,
Oni.
but it's not Nurse.
yeah, it's not Nurse. I guess they want to show that. Oh, good mind game. Got Dragon's Breath off point there, and is going to get a really early hit on them. Well played. And it's worth noticing, no top knot. Even after the changes.
Top Knot is banned.
Right, but I thought after the rework to make it not nearly as OP, it would have been left. Ooh, and just gonna drop God Palette like ain't nothing. Rest in peace, God Palette.
Yes, and Oni,
Gone
it could
too
be
soon.
very good, but maybe not after you've already gotten that initial hit taken.
Yeah. I would have to agree there. I don't know. I just like after the top knot nerf, I'm surprised it wasn't unbanned. So I don't know. A little hopeful me. Ooh, dead hard there. Oh, not quite able to get the round there. And they do have a good palette.
Yeah.
Ooh, they might catch him up though. They
Go
did.
down though.
A
Mm-hmm.
little bit of mind game with the red stain from Zappies, and that is a down on Dragon's Wrath.
Absolutely, just showing his killer knowledge and how he has to hide that red stain in order to
Mm-hmm.
get the one up on those survivors.
We see multiple notifications here. I'm guessing that's a Tinker play, and he does have his Demon Dash. Oh, and here we go. He be coming. Oh! Not quite able to get the hit on Dark.
But
That was
so
so
close.
close. Disgusting. Ooh, and a great flick. Not quite able to get the hit around there. And he's going to continue going here. Oh, and he's
Ooh, the corner attack.
well played. Some really good juke up here. All right, he's going
Oh,
to take the
so
pallets
well
though.
played.
Lots of pallets here. Ooh, and is he going to go for the unhook?
Somebody going for the unhook.
Okay, let's go for it. All right. Ooh,
Tunnel. Ooh.
a little bit of a rough flick there. They tried. They both tried. Oh, A little bit of struggle here to get.
I would say that was probably a dead hard.
Oh, that's a good point. That probably was it. That's hard.
We did see the dead hard for distance in the last chase from this cave.
True. Dragon's Wrath going down again. I guess they're gonna see if there's a DS in play. No decisive strike.
Very good for the Sony early game.
True, and another Tinkerer proc over here, and he's gonna go right back to that.
That same generator.
Yep. Are there two people on it? It does not look like it. And now this is a dead zone. Look at this. Both those pallets are gone. This is an absolute dead zone.
Yep, I feel like you lose that generator now, like, as a survivor because it's such a dead zone.
Right.
Like, you essentially are giving him his power by going to work on that generator.
Right. I guess if you have Sprint Burst, you might be able to get it done, but that's about it.
But then if you sprint burst over to Killer Shack, the pallet's already gone there. All you have is a window to work
There's no
with.
safe place. Oh, and another Tinkerer proc.
No.
Doing a good job here.
There's absolutely no safe place in that corner of the map.
That's a fair point. Uh-oh. That gen's really close to this hook. What if I had this unlocked? Oh, they're gonna go for the save anyway. They're gonna go for a hook trade. And Jeff's gonna get easy down here. But we know that she doesn't have DS, or if she has DS, she's saving it.
Yeah, that might be a good prediction, maybe.
All right.
I don't see it done very often.
True, and a bar time eating there. Oh, and there's the Oni's power. We do hear Tinker in the background, though. Take one over here to this gen. Dude, dead hard to get the distance there. Survivor is really, really back and forth with this killer. Ooh, when he does get the hit over the pallet. Chef getting picked up here. Again, I don't think he's answering the gen. Yeah, that gen does pop. Yeah, he's just gonna get rid of Dragon's Wrath ASAP. You know, I think this is probably the best play here. Get rid of Dragon's Wrath.
Oh, absolutely.
And just
at 3 gens left,
yeah.
that is very, very strong.
And I think it's to say, like, we see this gen regressing. That gen was at 75%, and it's gone down to nothing. Ruin is ruining
Taking
these
its
survivors'
toll,
lives.
as we always see.
Yeah. See, I believe this would be Chef running to the other side of the map, seeing all that blood there. Ooh, he's got his
He's gonna be able to get his power, yep.
Oh man. Actually, so what's the gen spread like over here? He's got one gen in this corner. He's got a second gen in the center. Does he have a 3 gen over
I
here?
want to say it's a 3 gen on the other side of the map.
Okay, so he's got a 3 gen on this side, so he doesn't have to leave the side. He's got 2 on the other.
Two gens on
you
that
have
other
to find
side, yeah.
Ruin if you want to, you know, 99 those. So, and we see Chef did get healed up, so I think Oni, seeing that these gens are fully regressed, is gonna go hunting.
Says, oh, there's 2 over here. Maybe they were trying to be a little bit sneaky and go for those 2.
Maybe, ooh, scratch marks, though. They are running to the opposite side of the map, trying to get that 3 gen broken. Oh, I think he's already found a survivor? Oh, wait, no, that's a rock.
Nope, he found the corner of the rock.
Alright, ooh, good hit. Good hit. Very risky, though. Nancy's kind of caught out here. Oh, look at the flick!
Ooh.
Ruin does get popped.
Very nice hit.
They do pop a totem, which is... Oh, and the flashlight save! Oh! Absolute,
No.
absolute Chad level play with the flashlight
Oh,
there. Well
such a
done.
Chad.
Giving that survivor just a little breath of fresh air. Again, we only have 3 hooks, and they are all on Dragon's Wrath, so he still has to get these survivors down. So they have to, oh, but
Yeah.
this is a dead zone.
I guess it's kind of like the Nia meme where it's the toxic Nia with the flashlight.
You're right. Nia getting a little bit of distance live, but again, this is an absolute... I don't know if they called out how much of a dead zone this is.
It would appear not, with how they ran there for protection, expecting a safe haven, but getting the complete opposite.
Right. The
Since
only
there's no
safe haven...
pallets or any protection.
Yeah, the only safe haven is that center area with all the backpack. And there's pallets. I don't think there's another pallet on the side of this map. I think that was the last pallet this map had on the side.
Very good for Zappies if he decides to force a 3 gen on this side of the map.
True.
Oh, there is this pallet though.
True.
That goes right into this very strong window.
That's a good point. Yeah, Zappy's taking chase here too. That's probably smart. He wants this pallet out of the way. That's a very smart move. You see Chef getting healed in the distance. And it looks like, and they do have, this is a pretty strong tile set. This center area is nothing to mess with.
No.
And
Most of the, or well, both of the 3 gen maps have very strong centers.
true. So I don't want to say we're in a lull here because this game is still anyone. Like, we're actually in the meat of it, but we're essentially waiting
So much
on
blood over
Zappies
here
to
for his
get a
future
hit here.
power.
Like, it's balls and Zappies score. Survivors don't really have to do anything. Like, they've got ruin. They can slowly work the gens down. He does find Viceplin here. He does get the flick on the Nancy right there.
Gets him
You
nice
see
down.
Tinkerer also proccing the distance. So he's got it down, but at what cost? That gen's gonna go down.
And
They're
that's
gonna
on
break
his
his regen.
3-gen side.
Oh man, this is gonna be a bit of a struggle. So he gets his hook with the survivor down, but they break his
He is
regen.
gonna be able to get his power though.
He does, yeah. This is a blood haven right here. He's gonna regress this gen.
So,
Oh man. So
accepts the fact that that one's gone.
yeah. Okay, so gens are split, but he is Oni. He can rush across both areas. He's got a good blood bank over there. Doesn't scratch marks, though. But he has a Jake right here, so he knows where all these survivors are. All right, what do you got, Jake? Oh, he goes down. They go for the unhook. You use the
Nasty
slug and you
flick.
hook him. He's gonna hook him. He knows where this blood bank is. All right, well played.
And with not using very much of his power, that's probably a good move.
That's a good point too. He has over 3/4 of his power left up. So, survivors in a 3v1 doing a fantastic job of splitting this pressure, but Oni seems to be mounting that pressure back a little bit at a time.
His power. Not much you can do against a good Oni that's constantly in his power.
It's very true. Oh, I'm surprised that didn't auto lock on the pallet. That's interesting. All right, so he's after this Nia here. Can he get the hit? He's curving around. Oh, he does.
Yes,
well
he can.
Done. Well done for the Oni. And that is going to be.
And that's another down that is where he has half power or more.
Yeah, and I believe this is first hook for Chef as well. Right, so he's got a first hook on all these survivors now, so he's spreading out the hooks. He could be looking at a potential 12-hook game.
That would be huge. That would be huge for OD.
That would be the first step to bring this game back. However, ooh, and Chef with a little deliverance play. And he sees scratch marks that he sees the Jake. Who does he go after here? Looks like he's gonna go after Chef. All right, do you check for the DS? I guess you could. He's not gonna bother. He's leaving that pallet up. That's kind of surprising to me. Oh, but he's found the Jake. Ooh, a nice try on the flick there. Not quite up the end. And is he gonna
Helps to break the pallet though, probably a smart play.
Indeed. He's after. I believe he's gonna take after the Jake here, but where did the Jake? Oh, he just drops the pallet.
I didn't even
Oh,
think
so
that
he-
pallet was still up.
Tinkerer, and he's still got his power up. He's heading over there, Tinkerer. Oh, Nancy! Nancy going down. Oh, this is huge. He's got 2 slugs. Jake's gonna have to go pick up Chef. Oh man, I think the game is finally kind of settling.
That'd have been an
into
unbreakable.
Oni's
That
favor.
pickup was kind of fast.
That's fair. But it has been 60 seconds. Chef is no longer broken, so it has been 60 seconds. Oni's gonna have to regain his entire power, though. He is completely without power.
Keep in mind that his power does start building up, so
That's a good point. That is a
Passively.
good point. Alright, so they do have Chef fully healed now. So there's a blood bank somewhere. And that gen might not... oh no, that gen's lost all its blood by now, right? Oh, but there's plenty of blood here. He might have his power up already. Holy cow. Yeah, he's gonna get his power up super
just
quick.
always staying in his power, and that is very key. He still has a ton of blood at that gen.
Oh my word, I thought the blood would have been gone by now. Alright, well he finds the Nia. How is he gonna chase this? Alright, she's gonna go around the left side here. Oh, and Nia opted just to leave the pallet entirely, but she's gonna go down anyway! There is nowhere you can run or hide from this Oni. Okay, I imagine
No.
Viceplin's unhooked, Viceplin's healed. They're gonna double up that gen, right? We already saw that pretty close
They
to
have
done.
to.
Like, they might be able to get it done before Oni can get his power and get back there. So I guess it's a race against time. Then a second hook on Chef. And he knows where his blood bank is. Does he get his power? If he gets his power, he's gonna be able to stop that gen, I think. Yeah, he gets his power.
Yeah. And there's not even a tinker on
Not
that
even
gen yet,
tinker.
is there?
You have 2 survivors on that gen. You can now they started. There's no way they can finish that gen even with Tinkerer. Wow. This game is slowly, I think, ebbing away from the survivor's control. Ooh, a nice flick. Almost hit that Nancy, honestly.
That would have been very nice.
Ooh, a slow vault. Oh, good mind game there from the Nancy. That was a good fake. That was a really good fake. Ooh, flashlight on the ground. So survivors dropped their item.
What I was gonna say.
Nia abandoned her item. That's interesting.
It could have been a medkit swap, perhaps.
That would make sense. Who had the medkit originally? Was it Dark?
You know, I don't want to give an answer because I'm not sure.
There is Nia. Yeah, she does have a medkit. Could have been a medkit swap. That's a very good point. And Oni just.
It was Nia. Remember, I made the toxic Nia with the flashlight joke earlier. So
Right.
Nia was the one with the flashlight.
Right. Okay, so they did do a medkit swap, and that would explain. Okay, yeah, actually that would make sense because they picked up Nia. She could have healed herself off the ground there from that slug earlier. Oh yeah, Nia has nowhere to go here. And I think this is death hook for Chef Mitchell. Is there a DS? They did get unhooked. Is there a DS? No decisive strike, and that is gonna be death hook for Chef Mitchell. These survivors did a really good job splitting pressure, but was only able to eke out one. Oh. Oni doesn't have his power. He's not gonna be able to get there. He's
desperately searching for blood.
Oh, he's gonna stay at this jet instead. That's a good call. I honestly would have started going over to the other side, and he wisely stayed here. Because if he had gone to that other side, he wouldn't have been able to stop that gen potentially. So Nancy is going to be able to finish the gen on the other side. So they did get a fourth generator done. Kind of similar to how we saw that plague game, how the survivors like did their absolute best, acing that corner to finish that gen at the Thompson. And they did finish it.
Saying, we want these points, we want these points, and we're gonna get them.
This could potentially be an absolute... Oh, he does get the hit.
Getting hit through the pallet.
All right, so they are going to get this hook here. And the hatch hasn't spawned because of the way the hatch works now. This... I think they're going to get the 4K. Leaving it, and again, that leaves it for the survivors. If they can get the 4 out, like... And Zappies did exactly what he needed to do this game. He gave his survivor squad a chance at tying or coming back from this game. And the survivors, granted for sample techs, also did what they needed to do. They jammed that fourth gen to match what happened in the plague match. Both survivor teams managed to get the fourth gen out of the way. So now, I guess the question is, do you go for the unhook? I don't think you do. I think you try to get, they let him die on hook. Try to get the hatch. If the survivors can get the hatch here, I don't know if there's much the killer can do. I don't think it was incorrect. I think getting the hook there was correct, and just hope that you can find it with your power. All right, so it's just a matter.
I think it was a very smart play.
Who can find the hatch? Oni's looking around, doesn't see anything. He's going to the other side of the map. Don't hear it. Oh, we hear it. We hear the hatch. And Nancy didn't find it. He has a chance, and the exit gates. I think that's a good exit gate for the Oni.
On the same side of the map. That is huge.
That is. Oh, and he checks the one. He goes to the other. Yeah, you can see both these exit gates. Nancy isn't getting out of here. Holy
exit
cow.
gate through the appies.
Oh, that is really good exit gate spawn for real, though. Wow.
Now Nancy's death is just inevitable.
Right, we just wait out the end game timer. Dang. What a game. What a game. And she's gonna go for the exit gate. I think Zappies for a second didn't see her. Alright. Well, GG's. This game, I'm okay with saying this game's in the back, right? We're right out the timer, right?
Yeah, essentially.
Okay. Well played from both sides. Survivors doing a fantastic job pulling it back from the brink there and getting that fourth generator done. Doing exactly what they needed to do. Now it's just up to their killer. If their killer can, how many hooks does their killer need? Because we've essentially seen like almost a mirror performance from both sides. We had a 4K on one, we had a 4K on the other, and we had 4 gens on this one. So they answered. This killer needs to get a 4K, and the survivors need a 4 out.
Oh, can OOD survivors match sample tech survivors against that Nemesis?
Yeah, I think the survivors only need to give, or I'm sorry, I think sample tech's killer only needs to get 3 hooks in order to secure a victory. I could be wrong. I'm sure Geeky will be able to tell us post game what the score was. Oh my goodness, this match has been phenomenal. I am so stoked that I get to see these two teams duke it out and do this well. This is amazing.
Oh, absolutely, it is.
What's up, Geeky?
The score
Go ahead, Geeky.
is 108 for sample text and 69 for OOD.
Okay, confirm 108 to 69?
Yes.
Nice. Sorry, I had to.
He's gotta add the nice. You gotta add the nice in there.
Okay, so that is a, correct me if I'm wrong, that is a 39 point lead? 108 to 69, that's,
Let's see here, 108, 69.
or did I get that wrong? No, that's
I think you're right.
is that 39? Okay, I am getting wrecked by math right now. Yeah, I think that's 39. So 39 point lead, absolutely doable for OOD. Not out yet.
Oh, absolutely.
But they've got to play some absolutely gas survivor play from here on out. Whereas the killer for OOD, or I'm sorry, for sample text here, only really, like, I feel like they only need a couple of hooks to secure the win. So I imagine survivors are going to be playing ultra greedy and just like trying to like body block, make sure that nothing happens. Like there's gonna have to be some good coordinated play. It's not impossible. Definitely able to be done, but I guess we'll just have to see.
Do you think that sample text knows that, like, how minimal of what they need to do? Like, hey, we only need 3 hooks or 2 hooks. Let's go in with like a trapper or something.
Yeah. I mean, there's only a couple games left in the season. Honestly, you could afford to just, and we've seen this before, where it's like, oh, you know, they don't really need to do too much. You can just, you know, kind of coast into the victory. Like I literally last week, I forget who it was. They had the win, or they effectively had the win. They only had to get a couple of hooks here and there. And what did they do? They brought a spear and just slapped the daylights out of survivors into next year. So sample text could just be looking to put the, you know, their foot on the neck and just be like, nope, you're done for today. Get out of here. And just, you know, end it right here and now.
Get out of here.
Yeah, that's entirely possible. That might be what the play is. I don't know. Let me try to get, I'm trying to get a, trying to see, do I have anybody from OOD? I'm looking for an OOD on my friends list, and I'm not seeing an OOD on my friends list. Okay, cool. I am seeing now. All right, cool. We're getting there. Anyway, so I do believe Guiltspire will be killing. So if anyone knows what they have to get here, it would be Guiltspire, right?
Absolutely.
So I'm sure Guiltspire will choose accordingly. I say that vaguely because, again, I wouldn't be half surprised if we just see Gil be like, all right, I only have to get a couple hooks. Here's a nurse. And just, you know, casually play the nurse card.
Going in with Blight. He's gotten 50 wins as Blight.
Oh, really?
Like, in
Good
a row.
stuff.
Yes.
Good stuff.
Okay.
And that's under the odds rules, so like no add-ons.
Ugh, brutal. I mean, to be fair,
I think
what's up?
Oh, sorry.
Go.
I was just gonna say, I think I've calculated correctly. It looks like to win, OOD would need a 4-man out with no more than 3 hooks.
That sounds about right. Like they answered both.
Yep.
Both tides had a 4K where 4 gens got done, and then OOD had the Nemesis game where they only got 2 hooks and a 4 out. We've had pretty much mirror matches tonight. We'll just have to see how they respond. I appreciate you confirming. That's good to know.
The Nemesis match.
Yeah. So it's up to Guiltspire. He's got to. Well, okay. I say it's up to Guiltspire. It's really up to the OOD survivors. How many hooks can you starve this killer for? How cracked can you be for a game of Dead by Daylight?
Mm-hmm.
And it's Azrael's resting place. That's not a survive. Like, really, all Guilt has to do is just hold the 3-gen. Like, I guess. Okay, here's the way that I guess Guiltspire could get royally wrecked. If he's okay, so say he spawns in, he's got corrupt intervention. He spawns in the center of the map, so his corrupt zone is split on both ends, right? So you can't wait out your first chase on one side and expect the other side not to be done. So you don't get your free first hook, without all the gens just being, jammed in your face. Step number 1. So split corrupt zone would be the first way to have this game snowball for survivors. After that, the survivors have got to do it on their own. That map is rough. Or I guess there's a possibility that if you have 4 gens spawn on a side, and you spawn on that side, so it's I don't know. Survivors have their work cut out.
Yeah, that they do. They have a lot of work cut out.
Yeah. So we'll have to see. Again, great match so far. Oh.
Am I right in saying that it was Sample Text that brought the plague? Earlier,
yes, that was Dragon's Wrath. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So Sample Text brought the plague. So I would have said I could see a plague coming here. But but now I'm leaning towards Blight. Even though Gil only has to get the low amount of hooks, he's a strong Blight, and if he really just wants to shut this down,
yeah,
I could see it.
That's a very fair point. We've seen it before. You just bring the killer just to end it. Don't take any chances, because let's face it, if you take a middle of the road killer and the survivors do their absolute best, it could end up being like the Nemesis game where you kind of just got shut out. Just really, really good coordination in place. So yeah, you probably don't take any chances.
Absolutely.
Maybe, you know what? I would be interested to see a Pyramid Head.
Pyramid Head would be very, very nice. I'd like to see one.
I think Pyramid Head could probably do some really good work here. You've got a lot of open area, a lot of honestly, a lot of it's very open. Barring the center's not very open. The center's very painful, but you've got all those car layouts and everything else around there that's really open. You can see survivors. You get open line of shots. Just, I think Pyramid Head would not be bad, and I mean Pyramid Head says it's a really good killer.
Very good.
And it's not on account of his range ability. His range ability is strong. It's not bad. But really his power comes from, that's a nice borrowed time. You don't get to use that. That's a nice side strike. You don't get to use that.
That's a nice DS.
That's a nice deliverance. No, not today, Satan. Just shuts down the best survivor perks in the game. They literally made a killer that just gives the middle finger to best survivor perks. I respect it. I'm here for it, though. And, I mean, to be fair, Plague shuts down medkits, so I don't know.
That's true. But there is only one medkit, so...
That's fair. I will jump to the screen real quick, just show off. We do it, again, we have Guiltspire playing killer. We have Zappy's Phantasm, Embler, and Pustelork are going to be our survivor squad. So Zappy's coming back in for, I believe it was Mr. Dave, I believe it was? That was the survivor. Yes. I want to say that was him. So
that's correct.
Zappy's coming in, throwing an audible, and we'll have to see how they play. Zappy's does have the firecrackers, so don't bring Wraith. I'm kidding. Actually, Wraith would be fine here, I think. Wraith can secure hooks.
Yeah.
You've got mobility. Wraith is a really good killer.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of Wraith after the buff. I would love to see a killer that got buffed recently, but I don't expect it.
Mm-hmm.
I expect. I actually, the more and more I think about it, the more and more I have to agree. I think Blight's just the play. The cars are annoying for collision, but I think you're right. Just finish it.
Because Blight is Guiltspire's go-to. I would have to say, considering he got the 50 wins on him. I mean, it's hard to not have a killer as a go-to whenever you get 50 wins in a row with him.
And I see Geeky coming off. Are we ready?
We are ready.
All right, thank you very much. All right, we're going to be jumping into this game momentarily. I'm here for it. I'm excited. Yeah, no, I go back to what you said, Ocean. I agree. Blight for the longest time was my go-to when I started getting into comp. The only reason I stopped playing Blight is because I've had enough of the collision changes, and I just don't want to relearn every single place you can get collision or not. I know he's still a good killer. I know he's still fun. I get my blood pressure rises to unnecessary levels when I'm like, all right, go and hit this area, and then I just run in place for 5 seconds. Why? Why can't you program collision? Why?
It's like, just bounce off it, bro. Just bounce off it, bro. Come on.
It is. And like even the good Blight players that I watch on stream sometimes, they'll have the same crap happen to them. Like, how hard is it to give the killer collision properly? Like, it's crazy. When they updated his FOV and his collision, the PTB had it right. The PTB had good collision. And then they put it into live and it wasn't what the PTB was. That was like beyond, that was what broke it for me. When the PTB was not what they put live, that broke him for me. I just lost all interest in playing him. I prefer to keep my
the
heart
good
element.
PTBs. The good PTBs, they don't follow through, but the bad ones, they send them through.
True, I agree. And oh, Guildspire picked old tried and true. It's a Bubba.
It's a boo.
And he knows it too. He's coming out the gate swinging with his chainsaw. All right, let's see. I'm not saying it's a shutout for survivors, but like Bubba's inevitable, right? You're going to get hooks with this killer. You're going to get downs.
Yeah.
You can't outrun the Booba. We see one corrupt gen. What does this corrupt area look like here? They're all on the same side. The corrupt is all on the same side. Okay. I'm not discounting survivors. I'm not saying they don't got it, but as in the infamous words of Rick and Morty, show me what you got. Stage is set.
I'm looking forward to seeing what Gil has got.
Oh yeah.
With this Bubba gameplay.
Doubling up on a survivor. Not doubling up on a survivor. Alright.
Gil always talks about not greeting pallets versus a Bubba, and they do not.
No, they're not. They are taking it easy and safe here. Does he get the win? He does get the window. No M1 coming in. And a little bit of pinhead vaulting animation there. Love it. Love to see it.
Stay in that move.
Wow. I think any chance he's going to take that immediately. Uh-oh. That is blocked off. Can he catch up to... No, not quite able to catch up. Didn't need that last charge refilled. Only able to get 2 charges.
Yep.
And the window is unblocked. A center gen being done. Survivors making good work here. Another pallet going down. Okay, we need a pallet counter. Is that the 3rd pallet they've thrown already?
Yeah, pallet counter incoming.
Alright, he's gonna eat the M1 at the long wall. Smart, smart.
I want to say you're correct with the 3rd pallet.
I'm just gonna start keeping track of the pallets if I can. Alright, we're at the 4th pallet now. That window's blocked off. Wait, no. Oh, he didn't vault the window. He didn't block it off. That might have been worth blocking off there, because this is a strong wind. This is a strong loop without that. Alright, Steve, are you gonna
Remember
go down?
what I told you.
Oh, a
All
dead
Steves
heart!
are juicers.
He's greeting it, but he does go down. We see 2 gens done. First survivor down, but I think he has to be careful here because he did go down under a pallet. Is there going to be a pallet save? There is not. They do not care. All right. 1 hook down. 2 to go for the win. 1 more to go for the tie. See his arena over here. Yeah, they're not going to take a body block there. That would be pretty bold. Did he see the survivor run over to the right, though? I don't know. Totem did get cleansed in the background. Oh, he's just going to face camp him. He's just going to hold him on hook and say, no, Steve, you're mine. You are mine forever. And to be fair, that might be all he needs to do. There's 3 gens left. You've got 2 minutes, or a little bit less than 2 minutes now of time that this survivor's going to be on the hook. A little bit of
Correct in saying that if he gets this kill with progressions and everything, Sample Text wins.
I think that's correct.
Okay, then he's making the smart decision
Yeah.
to camp this Steve and basically say, hey, I got this win. We're bringing it home.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I don't know how you do a save here. Okay, so, okay. If this survivor has camaraderie, if you get 2 gens done, you have to do some kind of hook trade, right? How do you get a hook trade that doesn't involve the Bubba killing the person that goes for the unhook? Like, is there a for the people play here? Like, did they have the foresight to think that he would take Bubba and camp somebody? Like, I don't know how you get this out.
Try
Like,
to force a tantrum, perhaps.
I guess, yeah. Like,
Maybe.
I'm trying to think. How do you out this Bubba without giving them the last hook? So, say the person with borrowed time has Soul Guard. You get the unhook. Steve gets away. Bubba calms down, and then you immediately for the people right there. He hits with the soul. Like I don't know. They get the
Not for the people.
Yeah, they get the gen done. So, did Steve have camaraderie? I think Steve had camaraderie. Look at that bar.
That
did
bar
stop.
is.
So they
And
had
get
the
all 5
camaraderie.
gens done.
They had the camaraderie play. Okay, step 1. How about 2 through 6? Let's see it. Okay.
2 through 6 incoming.
All right, they're going for that exit gate. Steve only has a couple of precious seconds left. He probably has less than 30 seconds left on this hook. All right, so they hooked the guy with camaraderie. Okay. We got a game here. I'm here for it.
Yes, we do.
They're coming in for
It's
the
a matter of
save.
how they're gonna pull this off.
Ooh. That was... Oh, they tried.
Two
They
down.
tried. Oh, but he did tantrum. Is it enough? I don't know.
It's not looking like it.
The fact that he got the 2 of them down was the killer. Yeah, I think that seals it right here. That was a worthy attempt. Yeah, he's got a slug here. Yeah, they
Very
tried.
worthy attempt.
They tried to make a break for it. That's just that's such a niche situation.
I
survivors know.
think Guildspire had this planned out. He said, "I'm bringing the killer that is notorious for camping, and I'm bringing this home for my team."
Yeah, I think you're right. All right, they're trying to make something out of it still. Oh! Oh! An unbreakable play, but he does get the down on Zappies. Oh, that almost
Maybe a
worked out for
DS.
them.
Maybe a DS. Oh no! Steve was hooked. Never mind.
Yeah, no, it was Arena that was hooked. Zappies got the unbreakable play and got the borrowed time play on the survivor, but wasn't. Oh, and the tantrum that almost worked out. They almost got it.
It almost worked out.
The tantrum.
We
the
about
tantrum
predicted
happened.
how this would out.
Yeah, but
We
the bubble
about
was-
predicted it, Rue.
Yeah, the bubble was able to barely inch forward and get the hit with the tantrum. Oh. Yeah, that was... Not for a lack of trying. These survivors are
No.
pulling every trick out of their hat to try and get this. And, like, honestly, good stuff. Well done. Like, props.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness,
But
fantastic.
looking at our hook counter, it looks like it's already inevitable about the outcome.
They tried their absolute best. And well played. This was a really good game. Really, really good game.
Oh yes, very, very good game. I really enjoyed watching it. Didn't expect the Bubba, but
For
I'm
sure.
here for it.
It makes sense now, like... Wait, hold on, Deliverance?
No,
No! No way! The setup! Uh-oh. Steve's gonna go down! Uh-oh, Steve was not a... Uh-oh. Uh-oh! Steve! They didn't respect
Come on,
the, They didn't respect the Bubba.
They didn't respect that chili, the award-winning chili, and the is it Beast Marks?
Yeah, Beast Marks. It was a worthy attempt. I appreciate that. They tried. Uh-oh. Yeah, I think they're just like, they're messing around at this point. They kind of gave
It
up.
was like, give us our 4 out. We already lost. Just give it to.
Yeah, bummer. They did a really good job. I appreciate the fight that Object of Depression put up here at the end. They had chance, they had shots, and they took them, and it just didn't quite work out. Like, good play from both
Absolutely.
sides. Good stuff. A little bit of love.
Rapper has his traps. Bubba has his chainsaw.
Oh man.
Letting everybody know about it too.
Well played. Well played. That was a fantastic match. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Well played. Oh man.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to this match since the schedule came out.
Mm-hmm. Look at
And
that.
being able to commentate it, amazing.
The camaraderie. I'm never calling this kinship. You're never gonna get it.
I'm never calling it kinship. Nope, I hate that. I hate it all. Burn it with fire.
Actually, They were ready for this. Look, this person had adrenaline. They were ready to let this person
They
sit on the
were
hook.
ready for it.
They might have seen the Bubba coming. They might have had that thick IQ play ready. Wow. They were hedging their bets. Good stuff. Okay.
And it was so perfect that the Steve is the one that got hooked. The one with camaraderie and the one with adrenaline is the one that got hooked.
Oh,
It couldn't
man.
have worked out any better than that.
True. I will say that Survivor teams in comp are really good at forcing you to go after the Survivor they want you to. So,
Oh, absolutely.
well played.
I have the final score for you.
Hit it. What you
Give
got?
it to us.
Sample text has 134 and OOD has 98.
134 to 98. Well played.
Yeah.
That was a good
I
match.
also want to point out that it actually would have been a tie if they could have gotten the 4-man out with only 2 hooks and 1 progression.
Really?
It
So they
actually
could
would
have.
tied.
So they could have unhooked the Steve and let someone else take the hook. Deliverance. Oh wow.
Yeah,
But I
they
guess
could
how
have
could you
almost
force
gotten
that?
the tie.
Oh man. Oh, that's super close though. That's super close. Well played. Oh man, good stuff. So I'm pretty sure that's not the only match we have today, right? We've got at least one other match today.
I believe we have 2 more today.
Okay, sweet. Is it coming right up in the next 30 minutes, or is it a couple hours from now?
30 minutes. We have
30
Cerebral
minutes.
Assassins versus Regicide at 2. And then
Okay.
after that, at 4, we have How Did We Get Here versus, what's their new name? Sacred Devotion. Previously Prestige.
All right. Good stuff. I'm here for it. All right. Well, that concludes. Honestly, this was the match I really wanted to see. I'm not going to say the other matches aren't going to be great, but this was a good match. I loved this match.
It's amazing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. It was so good. But with that said, that concludes the show for this match. Sample text coming out on top of Object of Depression. Well played both sides. Good stuff. I enjoyed this match. By the sound of it, Ocean, you were having a blast.
Oh, so much fun. My first time ever being here. I loved it.
Well, good to have you in. Thanks for being here. Again, I'm your host, littlerugaard. This was co-host OceanOfFlavor. And we'll be back in 30 minutes with another match. I won't be there, but I'll be watching with you guys. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching, everybody. You've been watching Champions of the Fog. We'll see you in the next one.